Today, total revenue available to fund the 2021 federal budget is estimated at 7.886 trillion naira. This includes grants and aid of 354.85 billion naira, as well as the revenues of 60 government-owned enterprises. Oil revenue is projected at 2.01 trillion naira. Non-oil revenue is estimated at 1.49 trillion naira. As you will observe, the format of the 2021 appropriation bill has been modified to include budgeted revenues, no matter how small, for each MDA, that's ministry, departments, and agencies, to focus on internal revenue generation. Accordingly, I implore you to pay as much attention to the revenue side as you do to the expenditure side. In aggregate expenditure of 13.08 trillion naira is proposed for the federal government in 2021. This includes 1.35 trillion naira spending by government-owned enterprises and grants and aid-funded expenditures of 354.85 billion naira. For 2021, the proposed 13.08 trillion naira expenditure comprises A, non-debt recurrent costs of 5.65 trillion naira. B, personnel costs of 3.76 trillion naira. C, pensions, gratuities, and retirees' benefits of 500.19 billion naira. D, overheads of 625.5 billion naira. E, debt service of 3.124 trillion naira. Debt service, I will repeat again, debt service of 3.124 trillion naira. F, statutory transfers of 484.49 billion naira. G, sinking fund of 220 billion naira to retire certain maturing bonds. The 2021 budget deficit, inclusive of government-owned enterprises and projected loans, is projected at 5.2 trillion naira. 5.2 trillion naira. This represents 3.64% of estimated GDP, slightly above the 3% threshold set by the Fiscal Responsibility Act 2007. It is, however, to be noted that we still face the existential challenge of coronavirus pandemic and its aftermath. I believe that this provides a justification to exceed the threshold as provided for by this law. The deficit will be financed mainly by new borrowings, totally 4.28 trillion naira, 205.15 billion naira from privatization proceeds, and 709.69 billion naira in drawdowns on multilateral and bilateral loans secured for specific projects and programs. The sum of 484.49 billion naira provided for statutory transfers in the 2021 budget represents an increase of 56.46 billion naira, or 13% over the revised 2020 provision. The statutory transfer provisions are: A, Niger Delta Development Commission, 63.51 billion naira. B, Northeast Development Commission, 29.7 billion naira. C, National Judicial Council, 110 billion naira. D, Universal Basic Education Commission, 70.05 billion naira. E, Independent National Electoral Commission, 40 billion naira. F, National Assembly. F, National Assembly. Yeah. Well, I will read that again. F, National Assembly, 128 billion naira. G, Public Complaints Commission, 5.2 billion naira. H, Human Rights Commission, 3 billion naira. And I, Basic Health Care Provision Fund, 35.03 billion naira. In compliance with the Fiscal Responsibility Act 2007, all beneficiaries of statutory transfers will be required to provide the Budget Office of the Federation with periodic reports on the allocation and expenditure of funds for inclusion in the quarterly budget implementation report.